guys, what's up? It's me, Kaya, and today we'll be doing abstract painting. Okay, so abstract painting I love doing, but I haven't really done a lot of it before, so it's not quite like my forte, but it's a lot of fun, so we're gonna try it out. Lots of the techniques and whatchamacallits and like all that stuff that I'll be doing will be my first time doing, so not too much judgment, okay guys? I'll be using a paintbrush, a canvas, paint, maybe a fine liner, it depends, we'll see. And for one of them, I'll probably end up using a balloon to do a special pattern. And that's it really. Let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, so the first one that I will be doing is our swirly line abstract art. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up the paint, and then I just straight up, like right away, just pour it onto the thing. I will be using blue, tealy turquoise, white, and a purple that I will be mixing up right now. And now I'm just going to dab that in because there's not enough to pour it on. There is enough to just dab it on. And then we got to wash our brush, and we are just going to start on one of the sides that has paint on it and just do a little squiggle around, and then just keep doing that all around the entire thing until you have it all filled out, really. And if there's no paint in certain spots, just if your paintbrush has paint on it, just go to that spot and just add a little thing in there. And just keep making squiggly lines until it's all filled out, really. So, and then if there's like a little piece of white dot somewhere, just add a little dot of paint. Like, you don't even need to make a squiggle over top. And you can put the squiggles over top of other squiggles. And the squiggles can be in any type of way, shape, or form. You can make it into a ball and shoot it right back out. A little loop-de-loop or something. They just have to be squiggles. And we're all done. Ta-da! On to the next one. And next up is the balloon abstract art. So for the balloon abstract art, you're going to need a balloon, just so you know. Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing is I'm making my paints. So I'm pouring the white paint in, and then I'm pouring the colored paint in, and I'm mixing it up. Well, I'm going to mix it up. And you want to make sure that after you mix it up, you want to wash off the brush. And I'm just once I mix the one color up, I'm just going to put it on right away. And then now I'm going on with the pink. And I put the purple and the pink in the corner because I'm just going to do a little diagonal. And then I will blend it out after. So I'm not putting them right beside each other. I'm giving them a bit of space. And just got to mix up the yellow paint quickly. And then we're just going to put that on in a diagonal, as you can see. And then with the blue and the greeny color, we just put on right. We're not even going to put it into the cup, because technically that's what you're supposed to do, but I had to make the other colors, so. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through, and I'm just going to put the colors in between, where the spots that I missed. And just go through that a bit, just to make sure that there's enough paint around, and then adding a bit more of the blue and green, and then last but not least the purple. And then what I'm doing is I'm just going to go around white, but actually I think I might want to add a bit of white, so I'm just going to put a bit of white on the edge and then a bit on the inside, and then I'm just going with the blue and just patting it around. And what I'm doing is, you can just go straight up for the line, but what I'm doing is I'm patting it where the paint is, and then I'm going around to the sides that don't have it, because I have the extra paint that I can do that with. Now at the bottom there's a lot of white, which I wasn't quite expecting, because it should be like that everywhere. So I'm just going to go around and pat that a bit more, pat it a bit more, just to make sure that it's a bit more even-ish. And ta-da! All done. Okay, now it's time to move on to the next one. I don't even know what to call this one, but the line abstract art, I guess, or the square abstract art. Square abstract art, that's what we're calling it. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just going around with my colors. I'm using pink, orange, and yellow. I'm just going around and making little like squares basically, and they all have to be very close together. Now you could do this where you just like pour out the paint and not make squares, but I'm gonna make some squares just to make it look nice. And I started blending it out, but then I realized I don't have enough squares, so I'm just adding some more right now. And you want to get them like everywhere. You don't want them too much that it's like you can't actually properly blend it out, but you want to fill almost the entire thing. And I am adding white too. Hopefully that doesn't look like it's like there's nothing there. So just adding in now I'm just going around and blending it together a bit. You still want to make sure you can like see the squares, but you want to make it so it's like they blend in between, if that makes sense. So like you have the squares, then you like blend it in between, and it does leave you with a cool effect once you're done. I know that you can't quite see the bottom that well. Sorry, I did not realize that. But it looks basically this exact same as the top, so you're not missing out on much. And this is the final product. This square abstract art. Now moving on to the, I don't have a word name for this either. This is like maybe like shape abstract art. That's what we're calling it, shape abstract art. You just gotta be confident in what you call it. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just making a petal shape, like a petal of a flower. And because for this one, all you need to do is you just need to make a whole bunch of different random shapes, and it's okay if they layer over top of each other. You want to make sure that there is like some space in between, so you don't want to cover it entirely with shapes. You want to have like some white space in between. But so with the orange, what I'm doing is I'm just making almost basically just like a blob, I guess. Like you just want to make like random fun shapes. And I did put the orange over top of the pink. That's okay because you can layer them. And then I'm not going to put the yellow over top of it though. I'm going to put the yellow in the corner over there with another blob shape, I guess. I don't really like you're just making blob shapes everywhere and then some lines every once in a while. You just want to get like creative and any type of shape at all, like any shape at all. You just want to put that on and layer it a bit every once in a while. So you do want to layer though, because that's how it will get like a bit of a better effect after. And then I'm just getting a couple cups to put in my blue and my green, just because it is kind of hard to squeeze it out on here. This is not a squeeze one, this is a shape one. So you do need to use a paintbrush for all of them. Unlike some of the other ones where you just put the paint on and then use something else to blend it out or something. So we're just making like a squiggly line basically that goes all the way across. And then I'm just gonna make sure that it's like a bit more consistent, you know, not as much whiteitis in the line. And then I'm gonna make the line a bit thicker by adding the exact same line, just as like an outline basically on the other side. And then I'm just washing off my brush right now. And now it's time for the blue. I'm starting the blue and I'm gonna do and I guess that's where we're going for the blue. I'm just going to do in the exact same thing, squiggly line, not as big, but I'm going to make it thicker. But first I'm going to add another coat on top just to make it not as much whiteitis in the line. Because you want it to be like the straight up color, not white in it. But you do want white around it, so. And now it's time for the purple. Just got to mix up the purple quickly because it is one of my colors that I did make. You want to make sure that it's very consistent when you have the color so that you don't have like streaks of the two unblended colors. And for the purple, because I made it kind of small, I'm making another one, also very small. You can make as many shapes or lines or whatever you want to make. You can make as many of them and as many colors as you want. I did 2 of the purple, but 1 of each of the other colors. And now it's time to just let it dry. And now that it's dried, what I decided to do was I'm gonna do lines, like kind of outlining it, but on the inside. So there's like a bit of a space before it touches the outside of the shape. And then I'm just gonna keep outlining it, and if it layers over top, you're gonna go and tell that other color, but you're not gonna make it like a loop like how you usually would. You're just gonna go straight until it touches that other color. If you have made it so that it overlaps. And I did get a little bit of green because I had a little bit of the green paint on my hand because a bit of the green line wasn't actually fully dried. So I got it a bit on the canvas, which is why I put the white paint on it. And I also got it a bit on the yellow blob, so that's also why there's a bit of a yellow bit. And then I made another more green stuff. But this time, instead of putting the white paint over top of it, I decided to get a wet cloth since it was still wet and just like wipe it off, which I decided to do with the other ones too, but not with the yellow. It's just easier to put it over top. And then I did it with the blue as well. I got green on it too. So with the colors, I just decided to like put it over top because then otherwise you're wiping off the paint if you do that, like the blue paint underneath. So and now what I'm doing is I added a few bigger dots, and then I'm adding a whole bunch of tiny dots just in between just to fill out that extra space. And then just touching up all the little things. So with the shapes, if your color is not like full, you might want to add another like layer. But I did that off camera, which is why you didn't see it. And I have now gone onto the lines. Now you see that I am skipping a few spots. That's just because they're not quite dry yet because I have put paint on them. But I am testing them for when they are dry. So, and last but not least will be our swirl abstract art. So first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna like refill my colors up. So I'm adding the paint on, and this one you can squirt the paint on. And I decided that I will squirt the purple on, but I am gonna add the white on top of it, okay? And for this one, I will be using the blue, the tealy turquoise, the purple, and white. The white will be with the purple, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like quickly just blend it out a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, it's not going to be very consistent like I always say you have to do, but it is a swirl, so it will be fine if it's not perfectly consistent. And I'm just going to just quickly blend it all the purples out, so that they're the light purple and that it doesn't get all confusing with the white. And then you gotta wash your brush and you just start wherever you want and just start and do a little swirl and get as much of the paint as you can, and then start in a couple other spots and just keep doing swirls until you hit one of the other swirls or until you hit an edge. Or if it's getting huge, just stop. You can also layer your swirls. And after you have a decent amount of swirls, just go into all of the spots where you have the white spots and just like make it look like you're finishing up the swirls, like behind or in front or something, because your main like focus is just like the swirls that you've already created. So you're basically just filling in those little extra gaps, and then you can go back and like redo the swirls if you want to. I had a little like couple white gaps in between that one. So I just decided to quickly go through, and then I had a whole bunch of extra paint left over after, like that was like on my brush and like seeping down. So I just decided to do a little outline like on the edges. You don't have to do that. You could if you wanted to, but it's completely optional. That is the only one that I did the outline with. All the other ones I did not. And now I'm just going to quickly go through with that other swirl, and then you can't quite tell that one's a swirl anymore because I kind of took away the rest of the paint, so I just added a little extra paint there, and ta-da, all done. Okay, and now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on all of them, and I'm just gonna write Kaya Creates and show a bit of the end product and do a little twirl, and I'm just gonna play a little bit of music for you guys, so you guys don't have to hear me go on and on and on.
these are the final results. This is the first one that I did. It's like the squiggly line one. I really like how it turned out, and it was super simple and easy to make. Super quick too. That one of my favorites, but I actually do love them all. And then this one, this is the balloon one. Down here, it didn't blend as well as much as up here, but that's just because I did pour it on like you are supposed to, but with these ones I wasn't able to because I had to make those colors, and same with down there right there. I do like how the white does pop in and out, but I would have liked if there was like a bit more white every once in a while, just to make it like a bit more noticeable that's like on purpose, but I do like how it turned out. And then we have this one, which is like I don't even really know what to call it, but it's unique in its own way, but it's also like kind of simple almost. I do really like it though. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's just it, I guess. Okay, and then we'll move on to the next one. This one I really loved how it turned out. It's almost giving like kindergartner, but like really good artist kind of thing, you know? So I loved how I put the dots behind, like in the background. Like I wasn't planning on doing that, but I just loved how it turned out after I added the dots. I think it looks a lot better with the dots in the back. So, and then we have our last one, which is this like the swirly one. It dried and it cracked a bit, so didn't love how it cracked, but it does have a bit of texture. Just because it does have a bit of texture, though, it did crack in those texture spots a bit. So you can see the cracks, but if there was no cracks, it would look amazing, and it still does look amazing, just it has cracks. So anyways, that's all for this episode. See you guys next time.